Sawadika, good evening and welcome to our special edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Lung Tip Chodapalai.
And I'm Sobajon Queen Suwan, bringing you the latest updates of the flooding situation in Bangkok and surrounding areas. The flood levels of the waters in the overall areas of the north and eastern parts of Bangkok have decreased. For example, small vehicles can now use the Lat Praus inbound, but turning right into the criminal court on Ratchada Pisek is still difficult for cars and motorbikes.
But however, on the other side of the road, Ratchavipa intersection, where the Ratchada Pisek crosses over Vipawadi all the way to Lat Praus intersection, is difficult for small vehicles to pass.
Meanwhile, water at the Seri Thai from Meenburi to Bangchan intersection is down to 20 centimeters, while Krungthep Krita Road's water level remains at the same level.
Meanwhile, the FROC's Big Bag Barrier scheme, which aims at keeping water out of downtown Bangkok, is causing an outcry with the public just this afternoon, Kun Supajon.
Yes.
Another line of Big Bag Barrier was torn down by locals at the Sai Mai district. This event occurred in front of the Air Force's Operations Command on Pohyotin Road. Locals of the Lamluta area claims it's affecting their livelihoods with water levels as high as 40 centimeters due to the big bags. The Bangkok governor is asking military officials who are responsible for the area to negotiate with locals.
Until now, Thai PBS reporters in the field say the removal of the big bags have not yet affected water levels at Ratchayotin and Lat Praus intersections. Today, the Highway Department has officially opened the Lat Praus intersection for commuters as the flood levels is almost gone.
As for Ramatu Road, which is the main highway linking Bangkok to the south, the situation in local nearby roads and many small soils are critical, yet small vehicles can still use Ramatu. As for the inundated Highway 340, which is an alternative route down south, officials say should be dry and ready for use by tonight, yet Ramatu should still be first priority.
Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra told the international community that Thailand will revamp the water management system but will still give emphasis on economic development. Meanwhile, the UN Secretary General is confident that the government will handle the situation. The United Nations Secretary General visited Thailand to witness the flood situation and met with the PM to exchange views on the situation, adding the Thai government is able to handle the mega flood situation. Ban Ki-moon confirmed the UN will offer technical support and will work closely with 9 ministries to make sure Thailand gets back on track and works in accordance with the UN's fight against climate change. Of the many issues on the government's to-do list, the UN SecGen is most worried about the short-term fight against diseases.
I have cautioned the Prime Minister that while most of the areas are still underwater, the government should take a very careful assessment not to create any waterborne diseases. UNICEF and other ministries like WHO, they are very closely watching and working together with the Thai government.
Some of the other worries of the flood, which the UN Secretary General mentioned, included shelter, mosquito control, and human rights issues. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra told Ban Ki-moon the Thai government is working closely with many private and public sectors and that no one is left behind, including migrant workers and minority groups. Meanwhile, the PM says on top of helping the current flood victims and rehabilitation process, her government is on a mission to revamp Thailand's water management system, starting by evaluating the real cause of the floods. Yet, developing the economy is also on the top agenda.
Another committee have to make sure that even we rebuild all the infrastructure, we rebuild all of the water resource management system. We understand, but economic must be go on and further develop. So this group will be formulating of the economics and the strategy of the company in the longer term, how we can bring back economic to Thailand. So this is the key important, and how we can bring back of the or the industrial, especially on the effect of the economic. So we'll recover soon. Yes, thank you.
The Prime Minister told the press conference after the meeting that the country's industry should fully recover within 45 to 90 days and insist the government is working around the clock.
Secretary General Ban Ki-moon for visiting Thailand. Thank you very much.
The UN Secretary General also visited some flood victims to see the crisis firsthand. He went to Chulalongkorn University Flood Relief Center situated in downtown Bangkok. The center provides flood victims with physical and medical health care and information on how to avoid diseases related to the floods. The center is accommodating about 500 flood victims and about 2,500 university staff and students who have had to evacuate their homes.
The Secretary General also expressed his sympathies of the Thai people in Thailand. Let's hear what he has to say.
I'm encouraged by such a strong, determined will of government and people and resilience of Thai people to overcome this. I'm sure that the Thai government and people will be able to build back better. It may take long days. It may be a huge challenge to recover.
U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton met with the Prime Minister earlier this evening. The Secretary of State will help the Prime Minister prepare for her meeting with President Barack Obama later this week in Bali. The U.S. Secretary of State's visit is viewed as a prelude to the 19th ASEAN Summit, which begins Thursday and ends Saturday. Ms. Yingluck is expected to discuss bilateral and regional issues with U.S. President Barack Obama. She is also expected to deliver a speech that will focus on restoring confidence in Thailand's economy and its investment in adjusting their water management system according to climate change. Secretary Clinton and the Prime Minister will talk about the reconstruction of Thailand and possible aid from the U.S.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Finance says that the Future of Thailand Committee will work with the Government Insurance Presiding Agency. Representatives from both bodies will travel to the U.S. to meet with insurance boards. They need to restore confidence that Thailand can manage any floods in the future. However, the Secretary General of Presiding Agency says that all companies that do have insurance will make sure the money is received in a timely manner.
As of now, the expected cost of both the international area and other flooded communities is around 200 billion baht. The estimated cost to Thai citizens is about 16 billion baht. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Ayutthaya Federation of Industries said there will be a cleanup day in Bang Pa-in next Monday. This industrial estate will be the first to begin operations. Saha Ratanakon is still flooded and it may take more time to be fully restored.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Transportation said it expects the water at Don Mueang Airport to recede at the end of this month. If they try to pump out the water, it will flood Vipavadi Rangsit Road. As for Highway 340, as mentioned earlier, officials expected to finish repairs tonight. However, today I had a chance to speak with Thai Airways that she said that passengers should feel secure with the service. The airline has prepared contingency plans in case of floods hit the airport. I spoke to the executive of the Vice President of Thai Airways. Let's hear what he had to say. Yes, I spoke to the Captain Asdavut Watananggun, the Executive Vice President of the Thai Airways International Public Company Limited. Let's hear what he had to say.
Airport authority have already used all the dam or the high obstruction to obstruct the flood, and the inbound in the area they have already pumped and the area to absorb all the flood. I think it's almost sure that we don't have any situation that we have to close the airport.
A lot of residents in Bangkok were unprepared when they were hit by the flash floods.
However, many were unprepared, adding stress and anxiety to their daily routine. Some had to move to shelters and evacuation centers. Others were able to prepare for the worst. I spoke to several residents and in the apartment that let's hear this story. This family evacuated here when they saw a flare at 3 in the morning in their neighborhood north of Bangkok. It was only mid-October then, but the family decided to leave for their own peace of mind. As of today, their house is still not flooded, but they feel less anxious.
When you still have full conscious about everything, everything will be so smooth. You can think carefully about everything. You can think about where to move and what to bring and how to deal with it wisely and everything.
The water flooded around here. Yeah, they prepare the boat, prepare the lorry to carry the people who stay in here to the monument, Victory Monument, or to BTS.
A Chinese historian has also evacuated to this apartment. He left his home in the Bang Plat area in the middle of the night without being able to grab anything.
I forgot to eat, or I forgot everything. I panicked and lose confidence. Everything is just like the world is going to black out something. My privacy here, and the most important that I have a very silent atmosphere that I can meditate.
This woman who managed this apartment complex said that it has prepared boats and even military trucks in the case of floods reach inner Bangkok, even though the apartment is fully booked and there are 20 people on the waiting list. Kun Ning did not raise the rent. In fact, she has offered a 10% discount on food and water.
In a situation like this, if we think about our strength and everyone brought out their strength to help with each other, I'm sure that everyone can get through this crisis together. So I like to encourage everyone in the same industry and also other industry to think about what they can do so that they can, so that we can, this is the time that to prove ourselves that this is the time that we come together and help each other instead of taking advantage.
These are just a few examples of residents who ran from home. Even if your house is not flooded, it may be worth making a few preparations in case of an emergency evacuation.
And now the flood projections with Associate Professor Seri Suparatit along with Kun Dalin Krong Akra.
Thank you, Kun Supachon and Dr. Rung Tip. Today we have another incident with the big back barriers on Phahon Yotin Road that there are 200 angry residents from Pathum Thani comes to the big back barriers and remove small bags from it. So what is the consequence of the removal of some sandbags out of the big back barriers there, Dr. Seri?
Yeah, today is events. I think it's very small event in terms of the flood discharge.
Yeah.
Pass to this channel.
Yes.
We estimate it's about only 2 cubic meter per second. That is use only one pump only to manage it. Right?
Okay.
So we discussed with the Dr. Andre from Netherlands experts that we have to assess, we have to prepare, we have to estimate the discharge through that open space.
Okay.
If we can estimate it, so no problem, we can manage. Yeah, we can handle. I think
so. Let's see the graphic pictures that show us what happened to the wall now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picture, please.
Yeah. Picture, please.
Okay.
Oh, they have some problem. Okay,
yeah.
no problem. Yeah. I'm not sure that. Sorry, I'm sure that the flood water will not enter into the city.
Yes.
The coast city.
Yes.
Because of now, you see the flood volume in front of the.
Yes, it's coming.
This is one. Okay, coming already.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see the very good situation. Yeah.
Yes.
You see the water level at every part in the canal. For example, this is a Khong Langsit. You see, this downstream from the Chulalongkorn gate, and then upstream, and then downstream from the Prem side.
Yes.
All reducing. You see, this is a trend,
the water level still reducing.
Yeah, and then the water level at Bangsai, Ayutthaya also lower than the bank elevation. That means on the flood volume, wind flow to the Chao Phraya River.
Wow, that's
most
good
of
news.
them, that's good news.
Yeah.
This one just a new. I think this one is a new opening, right?
Yes.
From this morning, 200 people.
Yeah.
We estimate it's only 2 cubic meter per second.
Yeah.
It's very small. Yeah, very
Yeah.
small, so we can handle no problem this one. Okay.
And how about the situation on Pohonyotin Road and Vipavadi Rangsit Road? Do you think it can be dry in 1 week or 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's only 3 or 4 days only.
Wow.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, but of course, it's been take downstream is dry first and then slowly come upstream. But anyway, it's depend on how much the Bangsi Canal can
Pump it
manage.
out.
Yeah, can pump it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah,
So
I think.
the inner city still be safe now.
Yeah, still be safe. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Seri.
Yes,
So
welcome.
tomorrow we will continue to update you more situation of flood water in Bangkok, especially in the inner part of Bangkok. Dr. Rungtip and Kun Supachon. Bangkok. Dr. Rungtip and Kun Supachon.
Thank you, Professor Seri and Darin.
And you can also check our archive at www.thaipbs.or.th/flood54en.
And also email us any questions or comments at ingnews@thaipbs.or.th. That wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Supachon Punsawan.
I'm Rungtip Chonapalai. Thanks for watching. สวัสดีค่ะ